Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hawkeye Volleyball. I'm John Evans. Tonight, the Hawkeyes take on the Michigan State Spartans in East Lansing. Hawkeyes and Spartans met once earlier this year in Coralville in Extreme Arena, and the Spartans came away with a straight set victory 25-23, 25-18, and 25-21. This is the first of two for the Hawkeyes in Michigan as they'll take on the Wolverines tomorrow night. They'll head to Ann Arbor for that one. Hawks tonight, we'll see if they can build on a little momentum. They took a set from Northwestern in their last outing. After a tough start, played a good final three sets. Just a quick, trying to glance through real quick here and see. Hawkeyes, again, Courtney Bizzario leading the way for the Hawks, 4.07 kills per set. Maddie Slagle still leads the team in digs, 207 total digs. The new libero now, Mari Hinkle, has taken over. As we go through starting lineups here, the Hawk lineup getting announced. You've got Courtney Bizzario, Amaya Jones, Mari Hinkle, Bailey Ortega. That's Hannah Clayton coming out. We have Adina Schmidt getting a start tonight. Good for her. Good to see her back in the lineup. And then Addie Vanderweide will be the other starter. So another swap in the lineup for the Hawks as they've been tinkering with lineups along the way, trying to find just the right one. Adina came on, I believe it was at the third set of the Northwestern match, and actually it might have been the third set of the Nebraska match, where she did a nice job there. Came in cold. Her and Audrey Black both came in, adjusted the lineups around a little bit, and did something that they haven't done all year. And so it's been kind of one of those things for the Hawks of, some teams plug in their starting lineup and off they go, and that's who you see for 30-some matches for the year. But the Hawks have had to kind of tinker and adjust and had some injuries and sicknesses here and there, and just, performance things as you try to find who clicks and tried to put it together. And they got into the Big Ten, switched to the 5-2 setting rotation. Jenna Splitt stepped in and done a nice job as she partners with Bailey Ortega to run the offense. But that was a beginning of the Big Ten season switch, and so you've had a bunch of different things coming on, and so as the Hawks try to find that connection that works, they'll keep tinkering around here. Again, you've got Courtney hitting .201 on the season with just over 4 kills. Addie Vanderweide, one of those early season changes, didn't start the season in the starting lineup, but has really come on strong. Hitting .154 on the season, 2.4 kills and almost 2.6 digs per set. So doing a great job on both the offensive and defensive sides. Again, you've got Bailey Ortega leading with nearly 8 assists per set, but then you've got Jenna Splitt, who again started halfway through the season in the Big Ten. The Big Ten season got underway, and she's averaging over 4 assists per set. So Hawks hitting 183 on the season. Opponents hitting 273. So the Hawks will have to find a way to slow Michigan State down just a little bit more than maybe they've held to, as opponents out blocking the Hawks by 1 per set, 2.4 to 1.4. So Iowa will again find a way. They've found a way to be competitive, fight out the digs, kind of get pushing, but then they just haven't been able to string that together for 3 full sets and show the whole action to get it done. Hawks are in white tonight. Michigan State in pink, as it's the dig pink theme for the Spartans. Coaches shaking hands here. The two female coaches in the Big Ten with Kathy George and Vicki Brown. Should I say that? Michigan State or Rutgers might have a female head coach as well. So new to the league this year. So we are going through the lineup checks, and we'll be underway here just shortly. A little delayed in our start time here. Hawks wearing white. Mari Hinkle's got her black libero jersey. And again, Michigan State wearing pink, and their libero in the white jersey. So we are just about there. Longest pregame set, and we're going. Michigan State fires. Good received by Schmidt, tipped over to Bizzario. She goes with the left hand and scores. Hawks up 1-0. Good variety there from Bizzario. Schmidt back to the service line for the Hawks. Fires it forward. Passes off the net. Goes to the right side. Kabengele with the kill, though. Ball was touched at the net. Looked like it might have gone out, but the touch. So Kabengele with the kill, and she'll go back to the service line. Over in the far 5 position. Fires it over. Hinkle. Back row to Schmidt. Tips it over. Finds the donut. Good play there. Dina Schmidt gets the kill from the back row. It's 2-1 Hawks. Hinkle to the service line now. Fires it down. Passes off the net again. Chased down by the setter. Goes right behind it. Franklin with a big swing high off the block. Hinkle can't quite handle it. Tried to get a one-hand touch on it, but knocked it into the net. We're tied at 2. Big swing there by Franklin. Went high off the block. Monks now will serve for Michigan State. Walks forward, floats it up. Hinkle passes off the net. Ortega chases it down. Back row to Schmidt. Off the block. Dug up. Right side swing from Michigan State goes long. Attack air from Johnson. 3-2 Hawks. Split checks in now. She'll serve for Iowa. Passes tight. Comes back over to Franklin. Big swing. Blocked but out of bounds. Black and Jones got their hands on it but couldn't guide it back into the court. We're tied at 3. Side out volleyball now. Johnson back to serve for Michigan State. Swaps over. She's in the 1 position. See where she goes with this serve. Takes some bounces, pulls it back and fires. She goes right at Schmidt. Goes off the platform on a shank, and that'll be an ace serve. 4-3 Michigan State. First back-to-back points for either team. Michigan State takes their first lead. Johnson to serve again. Runs it forward. This time goes at Hinkle. Another shank pass, and that's an ace. Back-to-back aces for Molly Johnson, and it's 5-3. Johnson to fire again. Goes over. Shank pass from Smith. 3 consecutive aces for Michigan State, and it's 6-3. Hawks will have to find an answer to Johnson serving. They don't seem terribly fast, just Hawks aren't getting a good platform on it. Johnson again. Goes into the net. Hawks will take that. 6-4, Hawks trail. Michigan State probably will take 3 aces to 1 service error all night long as well. Vanderwide into serve for the Hawks. They trail by 2, 6-4. Vanderwide. And she returns the service error favor. 7-4 now, Michigan State. Franklin to serve for the Spartans. Big high toss, big swing. Good pass from Vanderwide. Split behind her to Black. Black off the block and just out of bounds. Give Audrey the kill. 7-5 Hawks trail. Amaya Jones to serve for the Hawks. Amaya floats it forward. Bad pass. Chased down into the bench. Platformed over by Michigan State. Vanderwide takes it. Split. Bad pass outside to Schmidt. Schmidt tucks it over. Back row swing. Back row swing at Jones. Gets the kill. That's Franklin. 8-5 now. Michigan State on top. Gross to serve for the Spartans. Pulls it back and fires. Big floater. Vanderwide takes it. Middle attack coming off the block. She's dug up. Coppengelli from the outside. She goes wide. Tried to sharp cross and missed. 8-6 now. Or take it back for the Hawks. Bailey spins it. Comes forward and fires. Good pass. Outside to Coppengelli again. She takes advantage of this one. She puts it right in the center of the court. 9-6 now. Bishop checks in. She'll serve for the Spartans. Up by 3 here in the early going. She floats it over. Schmidt takes it. Pushed all the way out to Bizzario. Bizzario blocked on the outside. Give that block to Monks and Johnson. And it's 10-6, Michigan State on top. Bishop to serve again. Floats it forward. Schmidt takes it. It's off the net. Back row from Vanderwide. Big swing. Caught the line and scores. 10-7. Another good back row attack for the Hawks. Schmidt to serve. Floats it over. Middle attack. Dug up. Good one-handed play by Hinkle to keep it in play, but slight overpass, but Michigan State's called for a hitting error. Monks went over and attacked the ball on the Hawkeye side. So the error, as the up referee immediately called it, said the ball hadn't crossed the plane of the net and gives the point to the Hawks, 10-8. Good break there for the Hawks, back-to-back points now. Schmidt to serve. And Adina knocks it long. Didn't take advantage there. 11-8 now. Michigan State on top. Coppengelli back to the service line. Runs it forward and fires. Schmidt, good pass. Ortega outside to Vanderwide. Big swing. Goes high off the block and out of play. Kill for Addy. That's 11-9. Hinkle now back for the Hawks. Sends Jones back into the front row. Sends Clayton over for a break. Mari goes cross court. Ball goes behind. And give that kill to Johnson. 12-9 now. Michigan State had the run early with the 3 consecutive aces, and now we've gone back to side-out volleyball. Hawks will have to find a way to flip that over. Monks to serve. Schmidt passes off the net. Ortega to Bizzario. Chased down into the cheerleaders, coming back over to the Hawk side. Hinkle takes the platform to Ortega. Outside of Vanderwide. Off the antenna. But it looks like the block went off the antenna. Sorry, bad view for me. That'll make it 12-10. Split checks in. She'll serve. Got an extra ball on the court here. Split. Runs it forward and fires. Overpass back to the Hawk side. Hinkle to Split. Right to Jones. Has to tip. Scores. Connection wasn't perfect, but Amaya did a great job just tipping it over the block. 12-11. Hawks back to within 1 now. Split to serve again. Ball's tight. Gross runs a quick middle attack. And she scores on that one. 13-11. Vanderwide tried to chase it down onto the Spartan side of the net. No can do on that one. Johnson will serve for the Spartans. They lead 13-11 here, midway through the first set. Johnson runs it forward and fires. Good pass. Ball goes out to Black. Big high swing off the block and scores. 13-12. Hawks running efficient offense here in the early going. Actually, both teams running very efficient offense. Vanderwide to serve. Good pass there. Franklin was too powerful for Vanderwide, and ball goes over the inline off Addy. 14-12 now Michigan State. And that'll put Franklin back at the line to serve for the Spartans. They're up by 2. Big high jump serve. Hinkle, great pass to Split. Middle to Jones. She's dug up. Abangeli, dug by Split. Hinkle, back row to Vanderwide. Good dig there by Michigan State. Franklin plays it out to Cabangeli. Goes at Hinkle. Good dig there. Split. Back row again. Rolls it over. Another good dig from Michigan State. Back row right side. And the ball goes out. Molly Johnson mishit it from there. 14-13. Good long rally there. Michigan State's got a couple back row attackers there when Johnson was still in, with Johnson and Franklin in the back row. Jones to serve. Hawks trail by 1. And Amaya hits in the net. 15-13, Michigan State on top. Hawks can't quite get back over the hump here. Gross will serve now for Michigan State. Flat-footed serve, couple bounces, fires. Little floater. Hinkle to Ortega, middle from Clayton. She's dug up. Hinkle gets a dig there on a Michigan State swing. Vanderwide takes it all the way back, and Ortega will have to platform it over. Michigan State in system runs a right side, or I'm sorry, an outside attack. Ortega back row again to Bizzario, high off the block, dug by Michigan State. Quick middle this time, and Hannah Clayton's there. Hannah Clayton takes care of Emma Monks, and the block makes it 15-14. Hawks back to within 1. Great job from Hannah anticipating that quick to the middle. Ortega will serve. She spins it. She fires. Bad pass from Franklin, and we're all tied at 15. First ace for the Hawkeyes tonight. And the Hawks have it all square. Ortega to serve again. Getting everybody arranged here. A little floor cleanup. Bailey bounces and fires. Franklin pushes it out to Cabangeli. Hawks block it. Hannah Clayton, Courtney Bazario send it back to the Michigan State side, and the Hawks have regained the lead 16-15. Timeout, Michigan State. We'll take it. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawks lead set one here in East Lansing, 16-15. Iowa Volleyball is brought to you by the University of Iowa Sports Medicine, offering sports injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation to athletes of all ages and skill levels. University of Iowa Sports Medicine, team physician of your Iowa Hawks. Hawkeyes again getting good balance from the offense. Lots of people involved in scoring. Hawks hitting 389 in the first set. Now holding Michigan State to 105. So good run there for the Hawks as they battle back and taking the lead. 3 aces for Michigan State, just 1 for the Hawks. 3 service errors for the Hawks, just 1 for Michigan State. So again, Hawks will have to clean that up if they want to maintain the lead and keep battling. Hawks lead set 1, 16-15. And Ortega will serve again for the Hawkeyes. Bailey fires. Another bad pass. Ace serve. She went right back at Franklin again, and it's now 17-15 Hawks. Ortega again. Spins it and fires. Went back at Franklin again. Much better pass this time. Back row from Franklin. And she hits it off the top of the net, rolls over, and give her the kill. 17-16 now, Hawks still on top. Bishop into serve for Michigan State. Hawks by 1 here, 17-16. She flips it over. Hinkle, good pass to Ortega. Right side to Schmidt, and she blasts it long. Tied at 17 on the hitting error. Bishop again. Goes at Hinkle. Good pass to Ortega. Middle to Clayton. Dug up by Bishop. Platform to Cabangeli. And she finds the floor, 18-17. Michigan State now retakes the lead. Good swing there from Cabangeli. Hawks will have to battle back here. Bishop floats it over again. Hinkle, good pass. Outside to Bazario. Dug up. Chased down. Rolled over. Blocked back onto the Michigan State side. Another swing coming. Cabangeli, dug by Vanderwide. Back row from Vanderwide. Ball's behind her, and she's blocked. Or into the net. Not sure which one, but it stayed on the Hawkeye side either way. Hawkeyes weren't able to play it. 19-17. Michigan State now by 2. Timeout, Iowa. Michigan State's battled back, now leads 19-17. We'll take the timeout. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawkeye Volleyball this year is presented by Quickstar. Big thank you to Quickstar for being the presenting sponsor of Iowa Volleyball this year. Iowa had battled out of an early hole as 3 service aces early in the set for Michigan State had forged them out to a lead. Hawks battled back, took the lead just past the midway point in the set, but a little Michigan State run here is giving them the lead again, 19-17. Julia Bishop will be back to serve for Michigan State. She's been there at the line a little while. Hawks will have to get her off there. She spins it, floats it over again. Hinkle, good pass this time to Ortega. Middle attack from Bizzario, and Buzz scores out of the middle. Good variety there, 19-18 now. Hawks back to within 1. Schmidt will go back to serve. See if the Hawks can even the score. Medina comes forward, passes off the net, back row swing. Schmidt with the dig. She'll get a back row swing at it, rolls it over. Kabengele digs it up. Ball goes outside, and that's a kill for Johnson. Johnson gets it on a swing from the outside, 20-18 now, Michigan State. 5 points away. Kabengele back to serve for the Spartans. And she serves it out. Service error there, makes it 20-19 now. Hawks back to within 1. Hinkle will serve for the Hawks. Mari tosses it, comes forward. Passes chase down, swing coming. Off the block, dug by Vanderwide. Ortega, right side to Bizzario, and Buzz scores. We're tied at 20. Race to 5 now here in the first set. Good ball out. Courtney gets the kill from the right side. Hinkle to serve again. Mari goes over. Good pass. Right side to Johnson. Off the block. No, off the antenna. That'll be a Hawkeye point. 21-20. Hawks retake the lead. Three in a row for the Hawks now as they have the lead. Looks like we might have a challenge coming here. I don't think this is a timeout. 3-0 scoring run for the Hawks. The only question is whether it hit the antenna or not. We'll see if we get any indication. As it is, we're going to take a quick break here. You are listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball, presented by Quickstar, and that was a challenge, and turns out it was conclusive that it didn't touch the antenna, so we'll have a replay of the point here. We're still tied at 20 now, as the ball was dug up by the Hawks, and so it was still in play, so we'll just replay that point. Tied at 20. Hinkle to serve. Goes over, bad pass. Franklin rolls it over. Ortega takes it. Hinkle gives it hands to Vanderwide. Vanderwide is blocked. Give that block to Johnson and Monks. And Michigan State instead is ahead 21-20. Looked like the Hawks might have got there, but instead it turns around and goes the other way. Monks will serve for Michigan State. 6'4" junior from Louisville, Kentucky. It looks like the Hawks will go ahead and call timeout. Timeout, Iowa. 21-20. Michigan State leads set one. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Good back and forth battle here in the first set. Michigan State leads 21-20. Courtney Bizzario with 3 kills for the Hawks. Addie Vanderweide with 3. Give Audrey Black 2, Amaya Jones 1, and Adina Schmidt 1, and that'll round out the Hawks' hitting attack as the Hawks hitting 231 in the set, holding Michigan State to 185. But the Hawks will need to get on their horse a little bit to come back, as again, it's been a good back and forth set. Michigan State was ahead early in the set. Iowa clawed their way back into it. Michigan State pulled ahead, and Iowa's come back now. Michigan State with, trying to take a quick look here, 11 kills to 10 for the Hawks. 3 service aces for Michigan State, all in that one little rally right at the beginning of the set. So we'll see what the Hawks can do here, if they can find a side out and get back into it. Monks fires it over. Schmidt can't handle it again. Service ace for Michigan State, and it's 22-20. Monks will fire again for the Spartans. Hops forward, goes at Schmidt again. Passes off the net. Hinkle uses her hands out to Vanderweide. Vanderweide goes off the block and scores 21-20. I'm sorry, 22-21. Hawks hanging around. They're going to need a side out here. I'm sorry, they got the side out. They're going to need to now put together back-to-back points. Split checks in. She'll fire for the Hawks. Jenna goes over. Ball's tight. Franklin gets a hammer at it. And the Hawks can't quite chase it down. Hawks got what they wanted. They got a tough first pass, but Franklin was up to the task, handled the ball. As a good play from the setter. I think it was Cullen put the ball on the mark. Actually, that might have been Bishop put the ball on the mark. 23-21. Johnson to serve for Michigan State. She fires it at Hinkle. Good pass to Split. Split to Jones on the slide. Off the block. Edmonds can't handle it, and it's 23-22. Hawks back to within 1. Hawks need one more. Vanderweide to serve for Iowa. Addie takes the bounces, hops forward and fires. Good pass. Right side slide. Hawks are there. Hawk block on Gross. It's Jones and Schmidt that get it. 23 all now. And that will lead to timeout for Michigan State. 23 all here in the first set. Actually, we'll stay with you this time. Let's go through some stats here again. 23 all. See how even it is. Hawks hitting 286, 12 kills, 4 hitting errors. Michigan State hitting 172, 12 kills and 3 errors. 12 kills and 7 errors. So the Hawks doing a really good job offensively. 4 aces for Michigan State to just 2 for the Hawks. 3 service errors for the Hawks, 2 for Michigan State. So a little bit of an advantage there for Michigan State. Hawks with 3 blocks, Michigan State with 2. 12 digs for Michigan State to just 9 for the Hawks. So the balanced, fairly equal statistics that you would expect in a match that's tied at 23 here in the first set. Vanderweide with 4 kills for the Hawks, Buzz with 3, Black and Jones with 2, and Schmidt with 1. 7 assists for Bailey Ortega, 4 for Jenna Split. And you've got 3 digs from Mari Hinkle and 3 from Addie Vanderweide. So again, the captaining the back row that tend to do it are getting it done for the Hawks. We'll see if Iowa can close the set out. When we get back, Vanderwide will serve for the Hawks. Tied at 23, so we're playing ad volleyball here from here on. Vanderwide gallops and fires. Franklin, slide to Gross. That was Schmidt. She tipped it over, but the tip was so slow coming over. Schmidt's able to jump up and just punch it back onto the Michigan State side. I don't know if that's a block or a kill, but either way, the Hawks have set point 24-23. Vanderwide knocks it over. Big swing from Franklin off the block, and it's tied at 24. They run that stack play when Franklin's supposed to be in right front. They push her all the way over to the left and still let her serve, receive, and attack from there. Hawks know it's coming. Haven't been able to stop it yet. 24 all. Franklin, big high toss, fires. She fires long as Schmidt ducks underneath it. 25-24, Iowa on top. Jones now to serve for the Hawks. See if Amaya can close it out. Gallops forward. Bad pass from Franklin. Chase down on the bench. Franklin from the back row. Goes sharp cross and scores. 25 all. She's done that a couple of times. The pass hasn't been great. The setter's given it right back to her, and she's made the most of the extra ball by killing it. $25 all here. Hawks make a couple changes. Danziger in to serve for Michigan State. Hawks made a couple substitutions. Looks like we're good to go now. Danziger runs it forward. Fires it over. Schmidt. Ortega to Schmidt. Behind her. Tough play on it. Cabangeli. Dug by Vanderwide. Right side to Bizzario. Big swing. Scores! 26-25. Hawks have another chance to close out the set. Good ball from Bailey. Great swing from Bizzario. And Ortega will try to close it out for the Hawks. Bailey gives it the bounces. She fires. Good pass. Michigan State in system. Back row swing. Dug up this time. That's Ortega. Hinkle to Vanderwide. Or that's to Schmidt. Roll shot. Goes and drops in the hole. Hawks take set one. 27-25. Adina Schmidt, crafty veteran shot there, and she just rolled it over. And the Hawks lead 1-0. We'll go ahead and take a break. We've got the 3-minute timeout here. We'll take a lot of it, and then we'll be back with Hawkeye Volleyball. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. I'm John Evans. Hawks take set one, 27-25. 14 kills for the Hawks, 14 for the Spartans. But the Hawks only had 4 hitting errors to 8 for Michigan State as the Hawks hit 323 to 176 for Michigan State. Hawks also, I guess the big key there, Hawks outblocked Michigan State. 4 blocks for the Hawks, just 2 for the Spartans, and that gave the Hawkeyes a chance to overcome the serve game where Michigan State had 4 aces to just 2 for the Hawks. So good play there. 13 digs for Michigan State, 11 for the Hawks. 4 kills apiece for Courtney Bizzario and Addie Vanderweide, and then 2 each for Audrey Black, Amaya Jones, and Adina Schmidt. 8 assists for Bailey, 4 for Split. I think I said 2 for Schmidt, 2 for Split, 2 kills for Schmidt. This is going to get confusing on me down the road. A couple blocks for Hannah Clayton and Adina Schmidt also. You had 4 digs from Vanderweide. You had 3 from Ortega and 3 from Hinkle. And we will get ready to start set 2. Hawks on top, 1-0. And Ortega will start off serving for us again. She finished up the last set. Fires it over this time. Ball goes right side to Kabengele. Dug up by Ortega. Hinkle chases it down. Back row to Vanderweide. Good swing there, but dug up. Back row attack. Hawks block it. Franklin on the back row is blocked by Schmidt and Clayton, and the Hawks lead 1-0. Hawks very active at the net today, getting a good press across. They've been getting a lot of hands-on balls in previous matches, but just hadn't been able to control the rebounds. Better job tonight of putting them down to the floor. Ortega to serve again. Good pass, Bishop. Middle attack from Monks. Goes off Hinkle. Hawks can't chase it down. Tied at 1 with a Monks kill. Low ball there. Good quick tempo. Monks put it down. When Michigan State was in, when they visited Iowa last month, Cullen was setting primarily as the solo setter. Little switch of that now. Ball goes off the tape. Hawks are out of system. Vanderweide back row swing off the block. Ball goes outside. Dug up. Hawks chase it down. Vanderweide has to platform it over. Bishop up tight. Oh, dumps it over. Big play there. Bishop, the setter, just knocked it over on her own. 2-1 Michigan State. Kabengele now back to the service line. Runs it forward. Goes at Schmidt. Schmidt reaches for it again and shanks the pass. Ace serve Kabengele. 3-1 Michigan State. Biamba to serve. And she goes long. Tried to go at Hinkle. Hinkle ducks out of the way. 3-2. Put Schmidt back to the service line now. Adina from Berlin, Germany. Comes forward and fires. Franklin passes it. Ball goes to Monks in the middle, and she scores. Big swing there right out of the middle. 4-2 Michigan State. Monks gets the kill and wins the trip to the service line. "6'4", fires it over. Schmidt passes off the net. Ortega behind her to Bizzario. Bizzario goes wide as she tried to cut it down the line. Kind of looking for a touch, but didn't hit any blockers' hands. 5-2 Michigan State. Monks to serve again. Comes forward. Rips it at Schmidt. Tough pass again. Vanderwide comes all the way over to Bizzario. Blocks there. Give that one to Franklin and Gross. 6-2 Michigan State. That's the tough part when the serve-receive game goes. The block can really set up on top of where your hitter is. And when your other hitter has to take that ball, everybody knows where it's going. Monks to serve again. Goes long this time. Bails out the Hawks. 6-3 now. Michigan State on top. See if the Hawks can crawl back into this one now. Hinkle to serve. Goes over. Bad pass. Platformed all the way. Back row from Cabangeli. Ortega digs it. Schmidt chases it down into the stanchion behind. Blocked back onto the Michigan State side. Bishop pushes it behind her to Johnson. Johnson tries to I'm not sure what she tried to do there. Little cross-court tip, takes something off of it. Missed badly into the net. 6-4 Iowa. Trails by 2 now, sneaking back up on it. Great hustle play there by Schmidt as she went all the way into the placards behind the court to bring that back into play. Hinkle fires. Good pass. That was a middle from Gross. Good kill there. 7-4 now. Michigan State leads. And that'll put Johnson back to serve. 7-4. Michigan State on top. Iowa leads 1-0 as they took the first 27-25. Michigan State fires. Schmidt way off the net this time. Bizzario knocks it. Schmidt with a back row swing. Rolls it over Bedug. Slide from Michigan State dug up by Schmidt. Good set there by Ortega, and Jones is able to tip it over with her left hand and score 7-5. Hawks were a little out of whack there, but found a way to score. Bizzario and Ortega go out. Split and Black come in. 7-5 Iowa trails. Split will serve. Knocks it over. Passes off the net. Chase down. Big outside swing there for Michigan State. Give that kill to Franklin. And again, for I think the third time, she's been able to side out the Hawkeyes on the serve, taking the serve receive with a so-so pass when she's been in the right front, and she'll go back to serve now. 8-5. Franklin, big toss. Into the net again. 8-6 now. Hawks back to within 2. Creep a little bit closer. Vanderwide will go back to serve for the Hawks. Addie bounces it and comes forward. Bad pass there from Edmonds. Service ace to Vanderwide. 8-7. Hawks crawled within 1. Vanderwide put a good drop ball on that. Just kind of missed Edmonds' platform. Vanderwide again. She goes over. Middle attack. Into the net there. Gross hits it in the net on the quick attack. Tied at 8. Vanderwide comes forward again. Better pass this time. Outside, Cabangeli off the Hawk block, but Black and Jones couldn't get it angled right. 9-8. Michigan State retakes the lead. Gross will serve for Michigan State. Flat-footed swing from in front of their bench. Hinkle pushes it out. Right side to Black. She goes long. Tried to hit it off the block. No call. 10-8. Michigan State by 2 on the hitting error. Just tried to go high hands and missed. Gross to serve again. Flat-footed. Floats it over. Hinkle takes it. Gives it all the way out to Schmidt, and she pounds it through. 10-9. Good swing there for Medina. Hinkle goes out. Clayton comes into the front row. Jones back to the service line. Hawks trail by 1 here, 10-9. Jones fires. Tough pass. Franklin back row, and she hammers it off split and scores 11-9. She's kind of the bailout if all else fails, go to her. And she has been outstanding, the redshirt freshman from Lake Worth, Florida. Bishop comes back in to serve for Sparty. Little delays. We had a few substitutions, but now we're ready. She comes forward. A one-legged serve. Schmidt off the net. Ortega goes back to Bizzario. She's dug up. Michigan State back row swing from Franklin. Rolls it over. Dug by Schmidt. Off the net. Ortega gives it back outside to Schmidt. And blocked it, but out of bounds. Hawks score 11-10. Good kill there for Adina Schmidt. Hawks will try to tie. Ortega will serve for the Hawks. Floats it over. Tough pass. Franklin again from the back row. Dug by Hinkle. Ortega back row to Vanderwide. She misses just long. 12-10 Michigan State. Michigan State to serve now. It's Kabengele. They lead 12-10. Schmidt, bad pass. Hinkle platforms it all the way out to Buzz. Big swing off the block. Uses the setter. Hands out to the right side. High off the block. Hinkle chases it down to the bench. Clayton tips it over. Oh, great play. Hinkle chases it into the bench. Puts it up high near the net. Clayton doesn't wait. She just goes over. Kind of backhand flips it with her right hand. Finds the open floor. It's 12-11. Schmidt to serve for the Hawks. Adina comes forward. Tough pass there. Back row from Kabengele. Rolls it over. Schmidt takes the dig. Ortega to Clayton. Off the block and scores. Back-to-back kills for Hannah Clayton, and we're tied at 12. Good back-and-forth match here. Probably at least what you'd hope to expect here. Two teams kind of rebuilding and putting some things together near closer to the bottom of the standings, but they should be evenly matched and proving that so far tonight. Schmidt to serve. Tough pass. Comes back. That was Franklin with the big swing. Again, I'm not sure how many times tonight she's made a so-so to sketchy first pass, gotten the ball back, and just pounded it home. 13-12 Michigan State. Monks now to serve for the Spartans. Pops it forward. Hinkle ducks out of the way again, goes long, tied at 13. Hinkle will go back to serve. All midway through the first. Hawks up 1-0. Mari fires it over. Good pass. Goes right side. Hawks are called in the net. Kind of battling for the ball. Not sure they got it up in the air very well anyway, but Jones is called in the net. 14-13. Michigan State retakes the lead. Franklin will serve. I'm sorry, that's Johnson that will serve. Senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, snuck to the arch rival. Knocks it over. Hinkle, tough pass. Ortega one-hands it. Not a lot Bizzario could do, but just poke it right into the block. Comes back down on the Hawks side, 15-13. Johnson will serve again. Michigan State snuck away here a little bit. Hawks need a side out. Fires it over. Vanderwide uses hands. Hinkle pushes it back to Vanderwide. She's dug up. Ball's tight. Bizzario goes up. Takes it before Kabengele can get back into position. Actually, that was Gross before Gross could get back into position. And Bizzario wins the joust. It's 15-14 now. Split and black come in. Ortega and Bizzario go out. Split will serve for the Hawks. 15-14 they trail. And Split will try to tie it up. Oh, Hawks kind of caught sleeping there. The Michigan State's been running their own version of 5-2. Actually, going to be 5-2 with the hitters rotating. Cullen was in the front row. Pass was tight. Cullen goes up and dunks it over. 16-14 now. Michigan State on top. Franklin back to serve. Big high jump serve. Changed spots this time. Dug up. Ball goes outside of his area. Big swing off the block. Schmidt covers. Split. Oh, Vanderwide tripped and fell down. Great cover by Hinkle. Off the block. Schmidt outside of Bizarro. Big swing. Goes sharp cross and scores. 16-15. Tough play there as Split didn't know that her right side hitter, Vanderwide, had fallen down as she tried to backpedal and get into position. She just stumbled a little bit. Hinkle, though, saw it. Very heads-up play on her part. Came flying over and helped get the ball over the net. Saved the Hawks a point. Vanderwide to serve. Franklin, bad pass. Ball doesn't go back to her this time. Probably should have as Cabangeli tried, and she hit it long. Every other time there's been a bad pass, it goes right back to Franklin, and she scored. This time they went somewhere else. Ball goes out, and we're tied at 16. Vanderwide to serve, runs it forward. Good pass there. Back row from Franklin, and she scores. That one wasn't a bad first pass, but they went to Franklin anyway, and she gives the Spartans the lead, 17-16. Gross will serve. She's the flat footer. Punches it over. Hinkle. Split to Jones. Scores as Jones pounds it off the right back, and we're tied at 17. Powerful swing from Amaya. And Amaya will go back to the service line. Cleanup's done on the court. Amaya gets the go-ahead. And Jones fires. Diving play. Goes outside. Cabangeli finds the hole and scores. 18-17. Good swing there from Cabangeli. Let's see, that's Bishop just checks in. She'll serve now. She's had good success back at the line. One-footed serve over. Tough pass, Ortega. Right side to Bizarro. She's dug up. Bishop tracks it down. Back row from Franklin, and she scores. The kid can score from anywhere. She's got some power. Haven't seen a whole lot of touch out of her game yet, but boy, she hasn't needed it. 19-17, Michigan State leads. Hawks did take the first, though. Timeout, Iowa. We'll take a break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawkeye fans, get a taste of game day at your home by stopping by Molly's Cupcakes and picking up your favorite cookie or Rice Krispie treat to satisfy your sweet tooth craving. Molly's Cupcakes, located off Clinton Street in the heart of downtown Iowa City. Hawks took set 1, 27-25, but Michigan State leads here in set 2, 19-17. Again, another good back and forth set as both teams been fairly efficient. Both teams hitting now kind of in the 240, 250 range. Bizarro with 5 kills, Schmidt and Vanderwide with 4 apiece, Jones with 4, Black with 3, Clayton with 2. So again, good even distribution. Ball's in play. Bizarro from the back row. She's dug up. Platformed out, Kabengele. Big swing off the block and scores. Hinkle tried to dive and get a hand on it. Couldn't control the rebound. Kabengele kill, and it's 20-17. Hawks will have to get a side out here. Bishop will serve again. One-footed floater over. Overpass. Michigan State tried to go up and get it, but put it in the net. As Ortega was in the front row, she was able to go up and compete for it. As the Hawks aren't always there, but this time they had the front row setter, so was able to go attack it and get it. 20-18. Bailey now will go back to the service line. Looks like we've got a up referee called Vanderwide over to the chair to have a little chat. Down refs at the scorer's table. But now we're ready for play. Ortega to serve, 20-18. As Monks had that last hitting error. Ortega fires it. Franklin, Bishop. Kabengele's dug up by Ortega. Hinkle all the way over to Bizzario. She's dug up. Ball's in play. Clayton goes over, pushes it back on the Michigan State side. Michigan State gets in the air. Clayton goes up and gets it again. Platform now back. Ball's tight. Tipped over. Vanderwide gets it. Ortega. Back row from Bizzario. And she's blocked. Bizzario blocked by Johnson and Monks. 21-18 Michigan State. Big chance there for the Hawks. Couldn't quite take advantage. Kabengele to serve for Michigan State. Fires it over. Hinkle, bad pass. Ortega. Schmidt rolls it over. Dug up. Middle attack from Monks. Pounds it to the floor. 22-18. And that should lead to the second Hawkeye timeout. Michigan State taking charge here in set 2, 22-18. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawkeyes trail set 2, 22-18, but do lead the match after taking the first set, 27-25. Hawks will need a little bit of a rally here if they want to get the 2-0 lead. Again, just a quick look at the leaders. Whew, I knew Franklin was on fire. Didn't realize she was 13 kills on fire. Kabengele has 6. Bizzario has 5. Jones and Schmidt and Vanderwide all with 4. We're back in play here. Vanderwide has to just tip it over. Run through. Bishop pushes it. Big swing there. Ball's put up. Vanderwide. Ball goes out. Bizzario has to use left-handed tip. Uses Franklin. Bishop behind her. Big swing off the block. Can't handle it though. The ball ricochets off a Hinkle out of bounds. Johnson gets the kill. 23-18 now Michigan State. Kabengele to serve again. Couple low bounces and she comes forward. Vanderwide, good pass. Ortega goes at Schmidt. Ball comes back out. Franklin. Franklin's blocked, but stays on the Michigan State side. Franklin rolls it over. Vanderwide to Ortega. All the way out to Schmidt on the outside. She goes right down the line and paints it and scores 23-19. Schmidt will serve for the Hawks, see if she can get Iowa back into the set. Adina fires it over. Good pass there. Ball goes backside. Dug up by Hinkle, but can't get it. Give the kill to Johnson from the right side. And we've got set points for Michigan State. Monks will serve and try to close it out and even this match up. She comes forward, fires. Schmidt, bad pass. Bizzario gets it, back row from Schmidt, and she hits it out of bounds long, and that'll do it. Michigan State takes set 2, 25-19, and we are tied at 1 set apiece. We'll go ahead and take it. This is the 5-minute halftime timeout, so we'll be gone a little bit longer this time. All tied at 1 set apiece. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. I'm John Evans. All tied up at 1 set apiece here in East Lansing as the Hawks took the first, 27-25. Michigan State battles back and takes the second, 25-19. Do a quick look at the stats again. Sarah Franklin, again, I knew she seemed to be getting a lot of balls. 13 kills to lead all attackers for Michigan State. Kabengele has 6. Molly Johnson has 5. Those are Michigan State's leaders. Hawks have Courtney Bizzario with 5, Amaya Jones with 5, Adina Schmidt with 5, and then Addie Vanderweide with 4. So good balance for the Hawks. Amaya Jones hitting 800, doing a great job with her swings, being very efficient. Both Sarah Franklin, not only does she have the 13 kills, but hitting 522. So very efficient, doing a great job taking swings from all over the place. Primarily the outside position and the back row is where she's taken most of her swings. Bailey Ortega has 12 assists for the Hawks. Jenna Splitt has 7. Julia Bishop has 16 to lead Michigan State. And Celia Cullen has 11. 2 service aces for Bailey Ortega, 3 for Molly Johnson, all in one fell swoop there in the first set. 6 digs for Bailey Ortega and Mari Hinkle, 7 for Lauren Gibbs, the libero for Michigan State, 6 each for Bishop and Franklin as well. So good even match, as you might expect. Hawks now down to hitting 197, Michigan State hitting 254. As Michigan State really pulled away there in the second set. 31 total kills now. They must have had, they had 17 kills, the Spartans did in set 2. 17 kills to just 5 hitting errors. Hit 324 in the set, so very efficient run there. It's going to pull ahead in that category. 4 blocks for Michigan State, 5 blocks for the Hawks in total. Got 5 service aces for Michigan State to go with 7 errors. Hawks with 3 of each. 26 digs for Michigan State, 23 for the Hawkeyes. So pretty even battle there. And so we'll look to see now as we'll play the best of 3 as we split the first 2 sets. So good battle, good answer for the Hawks. They started slow the last time out. The match against, I guess it was at Northwestern. It was 10-0 there in the first set. So the Hawks really came out, answered the bell tonight, and have played good back and forth volleyball in both sets. So we'll see now who maybe has an extra gear, see if the Hawks have an answer to slow down Sarah Franklin as she's been just almost unstoppable with 13 kills to just 1 hitting error. So again, not only has she been good at swinging, but just very efficient with what she's doing. So see if the Hawks can find a way to rattle her cage maybe just a little bit. Bishop will start serving for Sparty. She runs forward, the little 1-foot floater. Diving play by Vanderwide. Ortega gets on the floor. Buzz has to tip it over. Dug up by Bishop. Gibbs behinds her to Cavangeli. And she goes sharp cross and wide. And the Hawks get the first point on the hitting error, 1-0. Change here. Schmidt will go out. She's been serving, but she'll go out now. Slagle will check in for her first action of the night. We'll see what Maddie has to offer. Maddie comes forward and fires into the net. First touch goes into the net. We're tied at 1. Cavangeli will go back to serve now for Michigan State. Couple of bounces, and she runs it forward. Slagle, good pass. Ball goes outside of Vanderwide, and she scores. Good pass there from Ortega, pushing it out to Addie, and Addie's able to seal the deal and score. Hinkle back to serve from the Hawks. Back to serve for the Hawks. Runs it forward, fires. Franklin. Bishop. Franklin goes sharp cross, misses. Second hitting error of the night, 3-1. We'll see if the Hawks can just put a little pressure on her, make her think, do some things a little differently than she has been. She's definitely been comfortable taking rips at it. Hinkle to fire again. Gibbs goes behind her, and Johnson hammers it home, 3-2. Monks will go back to serve now for Michigan State. She spins it and comes forward. Hinkle, good pass to Ortega, comes behind her to Bizzario. And Courtney fires it through the block and scores, 4-2 Hawks. Split checks in for Bizzario. Black comes in for Ortega. Jenna will serve. Jenna, the freshman from Cary, Illinois. Comes forward and rips it. Ooh, rips it long. 4-3 Michigan State. I'm sorry, 4-3 Iowa leads Michigan State. Johnson will serve. Couple service errors for the Hawkeyes here early in set 3. Johnson comes forward. Bad pass from Slagle. Hinkle goes all the way out to Vanderwide. Off the block and out of bounds. 5-3 Hawks lead. Addie took that swing from the left side, the left pin. Ball went off the block, ricocheted all the way to the right side of the floor and out of bounds. And Vanderwide will go back to serve. Hops forward, fires it. Diving play there, back row. Or no, I'm sorry, that was Franklin, dug by Hinkle. Split platforms it. Black with a good swing, dug by Gibbs. Edmonds, back row from Cabangeli. Into the net. Might have been blocked, but I think it was in the net. 6-3 now, Hawks on top. Vanderwide to fire again. Goes at Edmonds. Cullen chases it down. Big swing from Franklin right down the line and scores. 6-4 now. That's a new shot. Haven't seen her go down the line yet, so maybe the Hawks did make an adjustment. But so far, Franklin was up to the task. And now she'll serve. Big high jump serve again. Into the net. She's had a little trouble with that. She was over on the bench side for a while. Switched sides, got one over and fired one back in the net. So 7-4 now. Jones will serve for the Hawks. Amaya comes forward, rips it, and drops it in front of Edmonds. Ace serve. Hawks doubling up Michigan State in the early going, 8-4. And Michigan State decides to go ahead and call an early timeout. Hawks lead set 3, 8-4. We'll take a break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawks out fast in set 3. They lead 8-4. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. One set apiece here at East Lansing. Hawks out 8-4 here in set 3. Jones to serve. Edmonds, not a good pass again. Cullen pushed it out to Cabangeli. Jones tries to dig it, comes back onto the Michigan State side. Cullen, back row from Franklin. Dug up by Split. Vanderwide chases it down. Black blasts it out of bounds, 8-5. Tough ball there, coming right side hitter, coming over that left shoulder. Tough one to handle, couldn't quite keep it in the court. Gross will serve after Franklin tidies up her shoelaces. Gross with the flat-footed serve. Hinkle takes it. Middle attack from Clayton, dug up by Edmonds. Backside off the tape, diving play. Ball comes back over. Clayton tries to go up one-on-one, and Cabangeli gets her. Smart play by Clayton to go over on 2. Smarter play by Cabangeli to see it coming and sit on top of it and block it back onto the Hawkeye side. 8-6 now. Michigan State down by 2. Gross floats it over again. Hinkle, tight. Ortega gives a bad ball there, really. Nothing Clayton can do. Punches it into the antenna, and it's 8-7. See the strategy here. Gross just serves it flat-footed, and she's just trying to drop it just over the net. Done a really good job handling the ball here. See what she'll try to do again. Tries to float it again. Took too much off that one. Good old announcer Jinx got her, and it's 9-7 now. Io leads. Ortega back to serve for the Hawks. Bailey spins it, comes forward. Fires it over. Franklin, good pass. Outside, Cavangeli. Oh, big block there. Clayton, Bazzario get the job done, and they send it back onto the Michigan State side, 10-7. Fun seeing the players with a little zip, a little pep in their step. Ortega knocks it over. Bad pass from Edmonds. Bazzario goes up, wins the joust with Cullen. 11-7 Hawks. Heads up play there by Buzz. Saw the ball coming over. Cullen tried to chase it over and just tip it over, but Buzz was there. 3-0 run for the Hawks. Ortega to fire again. Into the net. 11-8 now. Sometimes the Hawks can't have nice things, but that's all right. Bishop checks in. She'll serve. Hawks still lead by 3. Bishop one-foots it over. Vanderwide takes it. Ortega platform. Smith from behind her. Great swing there. Timing of that play was all out of whack, but Hawkeyes get the kill. 12-8. Slagle will check in for Schmidt. She'll serve. Maddie runs it forward. Franklin, Cullen, right side, Cavangeli, big swing. Chops it through the cross court and the block, and it's 12-9. Cavangeli now, she'll go back, she'll serve. 12-9 Hawks on top. Cavangeli fires it long. Slagle ducks out of the way. 13-9. Hinkle back to serve now. That'll send Jones into the front row. Clayton will get some water. Mari comes forward and fires long. Teams trade service errors. 13-10 now. And Monks will go back to serve. Hawks a little sloppy from the service line this set. Monks comes forward. Slagle, bad pass. Ortega gets it up in the air. Vanderwide tried to just tip it over. Johnson was there, blocked it, sent it right back onto the Hawkeye side. 13-11 now. Addy was just trying to tool the block a little bit, but Johnson was ready for it. Probably watched some film, seen that Addy likes to do that. Monks to serve. Knocks it over. Slagle off the net. Ortega goes out to Vanderwide. Big, strong swing dug by Cavangeli. Bishop pushes it all the way out. Franklin is blocked. Jones and Bazzario get her. 14-11 now. It's a couple errors in this set as the Hawks have done a better job identifying her, making her work a little bit more. Split and black come in. Bazzario and Ortega go out. Hawks lead by 3 here, halfway through set 3. Split. Hops forward and fires. Good pass there. Ball goes, oh boy, what a quick there. Gross just hammered it home. Barely had time to look at that one. 14-12. Bishop just set it up right on top of the tape, and Gross just hammers it home. Johnson now to serve. She runs it forward, rips it. Slagle, tough pass. Split, pushes out to Vanderwide. Big swing off Cavangeli in the back row and scores. 15-12. Bazzario hustles back in. Slagle goes out. No, I'm sorry. It'll be Schmidt that comes back in, and Slagle goes out. Vanderwide to serve. Hawks up by 3. Floats it over. Edmonds, bad pass. Ball comes out. Franklin tries to roll it, punches it long. Vanderwide gets a hand on it. Hinkle goes to Schmidt, rolls it over. Dug by Edmonds. Cullen, back row off Franklin. Vanderwide, good pass. Middle attack from Jones. Scores! She goes off Kabengele and scores. 16-12, Hawks on top. Just a reminder, Michigan State used a timeout early in this set, so they're probably going to be a little hesitant here to use another one. Iowa on top, though, now, 16-12. Vanderwide to serve again. Edmonds, good pass. Slide from Gross, off the block and scores, 16-13. Franklin back to serve. She's been a little sketchy here. Tries the big high jump serve. She's tried it from the left side, the right side. She'll keep after it. Big high toss and beats it way long. 17-13 now, Hawks on top. Jones will serve. Amaya spins it, rips it. Edmonds, good pass. Backslide again, goes high off the block. Hawks have a chance. Looks like 4 contacts. Ball off the floor, give that kill to Gross. However you want to slice it, 17-14. And Gross will go back to the service line. Looks like the Hawks are going to challenge. Looked like they were up for a block. Might have had the ball in play there, so we'll see if we get a second chance at this one. While we've got a chance, we'll take a short break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Apologize as we battle through some technical difficulties here. Hawks did win the challenge, so the score stays 17-13. But I'm going to step away as we try to fix our challenge here with technology. So we will be right back. Hawks lead set 3, 17-13. Hang in there. We'll be right back. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Sorry about that. Hawks lead now 18-13. Jones to serve again. Punches it over. Michigan State runs back row. Franklin hits it long, 19-13. Hawks have pulled away here a little bit. See if they can close the set out. Jones to serve again. Sorry, it's 20-13 now. Hawks on top. Jones fires. Off the tape. Edmonds gets it. Cabangeli gets the kill. 20-14. Cabangeli hammers it home from the outside. Hawks by 6. Just trying to close this set out now. Gross to serve. She's the flat-footed one. She'll just try to float it over. At least that's what she's done almost all night. See if she changes her strategy at all. Actually, Coach George will change it for her as she takes her out. In comes Danziger to serve. 20-14. Hawks on top. Danziger runs it forward. Fires. Vanderwide, good pass. Ortega goes up tight. And Schmidt hammers it home. 21-14. Good play by Bailey. Handled a tough ball. And then good play by Schmidt to finish it up. Ortega will go back to serve. She spins it. Deep breath. Fires. Franklin. Bishop. Franklin. Catches the back line from the back row. 21-15. Bishop to serve now. Hawks just 4 points away. Bishop spins. Little 1-foot floater. Schmidt takes it. Ortega. Middle to Bizzario. Scores! 22-15. Hawks just 3 points away. Schmidt checks out. Slagle checks in. Maddie to serve. Slagle drops it. Fires. Franklin. Bishop. Outside to Johnson. Goes long. 23-15. Hawks are on top of it here, in charge. Slagle, the senior from Cedar Rapids Jefferson, comes forward, fires again. Passes tight, one-handed, pushed over with two hands. Slagle, Ortega, out to Schmidt, scores! Set point, Hawks, 24-15. .30 run by Iowa. See if Slagle can finish it off. Floats it over. Gibbs. Good quick middle. Ducked out of the way by Hinkle as she thought it was out, but it caught the back line. Monk scores to save one, 24-16. Cabangeli to serve to try to keep Michigan State in it. She bounces, comes forward, fires it into the net, and the Hawks take set two, 25-16. I'm sorry, set three, 25-16. Take a 2-1 lead. Let's see. We'll take a break. We'll come back to see if the Hawks can close it out in set four. The Hawks lead 2-1. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball, presented by Quickstar. I'm John Evans. Hawks lead 2-1 as they took set 3, 25-16. Hawks battled back strongly there in set 3, hit 316 as a team while holding Michigan State to negative 043. 10 kills for the Hawks, 4 errors. 8 kills for Michigan State to 9 hitting errors. Both teams got a little sloppier, 4 service errors for the Hawks and 5 for Michigan State, as it might have been a battle of just trying to keep the ball in play and make your opponent do some things. Hawks now, let's see here, they held Franklin to 2 kills in that set, as she now has 15 for the match. Bazzario and Jones and Cabangeli for Michigan State all have 8. Adina Schmidt with 7, Molly Johnson with 6, and then Addie Vanderweide for the Hawks with 5. 18 assists for Bailey Ortega, 22 for Julia Bishop for Michigan State. And you've got 5 blocks for Hannah Clayton. Puts her pretty close. I was reading a stat this morning. I think she needed 9 or so to move in to the top 10 all-time for the Iowa career. So Hannah's got to be sneaking up on that. I'll try to double-check that later. Molly Johnson has 4 for Michigan State. Amaya Jones hitting 533 for the Hawks, 833 for the Hawks, 316 for Schmidt. So Hawks getting it done right now. 2-1. Ortega will start us off here in set 4. She comes forward, knocks it over. Gibbs, good pass. Middle attack, dug up by Hinkle. Ortega pushes it all the way out to Schmidt. Goes off the block, covered by Hinkle. Ortega goes back to Schmitz, dug up. But nobody else is home for Michigan State, as I think that was Monks was there, but just didn't really make a move for it. Hawks lead 1-0. Ortega to serve again. She floats it over. Gibbs, diving play. Bishop, middle attack. Monks hammers it off of Ortega and scores. We're tied at 1. Rutgers, after getting beat 25-11 in set 3, rallies, wins set 4 to force a 5th set as they take on Illinois in other competition tonight. Johnson to serve for the Spartans. Knocks it over. Vanderweide. Ortega pushes it out to Schmidt, goes through the block and scores. 2-1 Hawks on top. Schmidt checks out. Slagle checks back in. And Maddie will hustle to the service line and fire for the Hawks. Hawks getting pushed back off the benches, sneaking a little too far forward. Slagle floats it over. Franklin, bad pass. Clayton goes up and dunks it home. 3-1 Hawks lead as Clayton takes care of the overpass. Slagle again. Comes forward, fires it. Gibbs off the net. Franklin dug up by Hinkle, back onto Michigan State side. Cabangeli dug by Slagle. Ortega out to out to Vanderweide. Off the block, but Michigan State called in the net, so give that kill to Vanderweide as Cabangeli's in the net. 4-1 Hawks lead. Slagle will go again. Toss, swing. Edmonds gets it. Right side, Cabangeli. Good sharp toss there. Good sharp cross there. Sorry about that. As she went off of Ortega and scores 4-2. Monks will serve now. She comes forward into the net. 5-2 on the service error. Clayton goes to the bench. Jones comes into the front row. And Hinkle goes to the line. Mari comes forward. blasts it long again. 5-3 now. As the teams trade service errors there. And Cabangeli will go back to serve. She bounces it and swings. Slagle to Ortega to Jones. Hammers it off Gibbs. Dug up though. Back row from Cabangeli. Off the tape. Dug by Slagle. Ortega all the way out to Schmidt. Rolls it over. Dug by Franklin. Chased down. Cabangeli from the back row again. Dug by Hinkle. Ortega middle to Jones. Great play. Dug by Gibbs. Oh, Gross has it. Edmonds was kind of trying to dive under her. Gross backed away. Ball just rolls off her hands, and it's 6-3 Hawks lead. Cheap kill there for Jones. And Michigan State will go ahead. Coach didn't like the way that looked, so she'll go ahead and call timeout. We'll take it. 6-3 Hawks on top here in set 4. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawks lead set 4, 6-3, lead the match 2-1. Looking to downsize from your family home? The new Oak Knoll East campus is now open and offers many unique amenities for your active lifestyle. Call 319-351-1720 or visit oakknoll.com to set up your personal tour. Oak Knoll is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Another good quick start, good clean start for the Hawks in set 4 as they just continue to put the pressure on Michigan State here as the Hawks look to find that elusive first Big Ten win. Hawks have a couple substitutions coming. Split will check in, and that'll bring Black into the front row as well. Ortega and Bizarro go out. We'll see if the Hawks can extend the lead here as we come out of the timeout. Split, the lefty. She fires. Goes at Franklin. Ball's off the net, goes back to Franklin, who tries to tip, and she just pushes it long. 7-3 now, Hawks in front. Again, after 2 sets, the Hawks had to find a way to slow Franklin down. Combination of better defense on her. Maybe she's just getting a little tired, but she struggled here a little bit in sets 3 and 4. Split, fires it over. Edmonds, good pass. Slide to Gross. Boy, and she's good on that one. She scores 7-4. Play was a little slow to develop, but when Gross got there, it wasn't slow anymore as she pounded it inside the back line. Serve coming from Franklin. Big high toss again. Took something off this one. Hinkle, good pass to Split. Jones on the slide, wide. Good play there for the Hawks. Couldn't quite finish it off. 7-5. Still lead by 2. Franklin will get another chance to serve. Again, big high toss. Rolls it forward. Diving play by Slagle. Split goes up and gets it. And Vanderwide, great play. A little thumb down action there. 8-5 now. Ball was a little outside. Couldn't put a big full swing on it, but she chopped it down and got it into the hole in the middle of the Michigan State defense. Slagle goes out. Vanderwide to serve. Slide again to Gross. This time she tips it. Beautiful placement there. She dumps it right in front of a diving Hinkle, and it's 8-6 Iowa on top. Gross is at the line. We'll see if they switch again. They will. Go right away to Danziger here. Gross comes out, gives the ball to Danziger. She'll come in. She serves with a little more pace. She floats it at Hinkle, and Hinkle can't handle it. Ace serve there for Michigan State, and they're back to within one now. Hawks on top, 8-7. Ball just kind of got on top of Hinkle, and she couldn't. She actually had her platform too high, just sent the ball right into the ground. Danziger again. Goes right back to the same spot. Diving play by Hinkle. Split behind her to Black. Goes right down the line and scores. Beautiful swing from Audrey Black. And the Hawks lead 9-7. Amaya Jones now to serve. She comes forward and fires. Franklin can't handle it. Ace serve. Ace serve Amaya Jones, and the Hawks lead 10-7. Jones to serve again. Goes at Franklin again. Bad pass. Big swing from Johnson, and she knocks it long. 11-7 Hawks lead. Jones spins, comes forward. Franklin, much better pass this time. Johnson chops it right down the line and scores. It's 11-8. Bishop will check back in. She'll serve. 11-8, Hawks on top. Bishop floats it over. Vanderwide. Ortega. Schmidt has to tip it. Gibbs behind her to Cabangeli. Into the block. Give Ortega and Clayton the block. Actually, just called it in the net. So Hawks were there, though, but goes in the net. It's now 12-8. Hawks lead. And Ortega will go back to serve. Little delay in the action here. Bailey gets the go-ahead now, though. She comes forward. Floats it clear to the back row. Right side from Johnson. She goes wide. Tried to hit it right down the line and missed. Michigan State begging for a touch. We'll see if Coach George believes him enough to challenge. She's 1 for 1 in challenges in the match. And it looks like the answer to that question is yes, she'll challenge. Hawks currently lead 13-8. But we're under review here on the challenge. We'll take a quick break with the challenge. You are listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Still awaiting the decision here on the challenge. As it stands, Hawks lead 13-8 here in set 4. The challenge will go in the Hawks' favor. Ball was wide, no touch. So the Hawks lead 13-8. Ortega to serve. She goes over at Gibbs. Bad pass. Chased down. Cabangeli gets a roll shot. One-handed dig by Hinkle, but it goes into the crowd. 13-9. Good swing by Cabangeli. Nice try from Hinkle. Johnson back to serve. She comes forward, rips it over. Ball's tight. Ortega. Bailey's called for a double contact there. Pass was tight to the net. Not a whole lot Bailey could do with it. A lot of times you'll see her go one-handed with those. Tried to get both hands on it. Couldn't quite handle it. 13-10 now. And Franklin to serve again. Or I'm sorry, that's Johnson to serve again. Vanderwide, bad pass. Ortega out to Schmidt. And she chops it wide. Good big swing, but just missed the court wide. Michigan State's crawled back to within 2 now, 13-11 on a 3-0 run. Hawks need to find a stopper here. Johnson serves it up again. Diving play by Vanderwide. Good play by Ortega. She platformed it out to Bizzario on the outside, and Court found the back line. 14-11 now. Slagle will check in for Schmidt. She'll serve. Hawks battling away here. Slagle floats it over. Gibbs passes off the net. Bishop, big high platform to Cabangeli, who goes off the block and scores. As touch called immediately from the down referee. The lines person on that side did not call it. It's 14-12. No challenge though from Coach Brown. Monks will serve. She knocks it over. Hinkle passes off the net. Ortega pushes it out to Schmidt. Blocked. That was Gross and Franklin who get the block. 14-13 now. Hawks have given up the lead. Most of the lead. Still holding on a little bit here. Monks to serve. And she hammers it long. Big break there for the Hawks. 15-13. They maintain the lead. Hinkle will go back to the service line. Mari comes forward. Floats it right down the line. Gibbs, it's off the net. Pushes it outside. It's just got a platform over. Vanderwide. Ortega back to Vanderwide. Comes back on the Hawks side and nobody covers. The left-handed tip really just kind of went off the Michigan State blocker's head or shoulder. Came back and it's 15-14. Hawks could have taken advantage of that. Didn't quite get it done. Tough set back to Vanderwide when she was already inside. Cabangeli to serve. Knocks it over off the tape. Slagle. Ortega. Jones from the middle. Goes hard off of Gibbs and scores. 16-14. Big swing from Amaya Jones. Substitutions coming for the Hawks. Split comes in. Black comes in. That puts Ortega and Bizzario to the bench. Split to serve. Jenna knocks it over. Edmonds steps in front. Cabangeli from the back row rolls it into the block or into the net. Either way, Hawks score. We'll give that block to Jones and Black. 17-14, Hawks lead. And Michigan State will go ahead and use their second timeout. Hawks lead 2-1 and 17-14 in the fourth. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. Hawks lead set 4, 17-14 in the match, 2-1. Hey, Hawkeye fans, get a taste of game day at your home by stopping by Molly's Cupcakes and picking up your favorite cookie or Rice Krispie treat to satisfy your sweet tooth craving. Molly's Cupcakes, located off Clinton Street in the heart of downtown Iowa City. Hawks up 17-14, trying to close out the match here. Just a quick glance at the leaders. Addie Vanderweide now with 10 kills. Adina Schmidt with 9. Courtney Bizzario with 9. Sarah Franklin still leading with 15, but she's been stuck on that one for a while. Cabangeli up to 11. Ortega with 24 assists, closing the gap on Bishop with 26, leading for Michigan State. Quick glance at the dig leaders. Mari Hinkle's up to 10. Split serves it over. Cabangeli from the back row goes sharp cross back on the Michigan State side. Cabangeli takes it. Tips it over. Hinkle, one-handed play. Jones gets it up. Tipped over. Gross. Slide. Into the block. Over on the Hawks side. Jones. No. Double contact called. The Hawks get the point. They lead 18-14. What a hustle play there by the Hawks. Actually, both teams, it was a great hustle play. Michigan State, though, gets called for the double contact. Split to serve again. Jenna knocks it over. Edmond steps in front, passes off the net. Franklin, big swing, down the line, misses! 19-14 Hawks lead. We said coming into the third set, it would be important to figure out how the Hawks could make an adjustment on Franklin, and they've done a fantastic job there so far. Split to serve. Knocks it over. Franklin with a big swing. Dug by Hinkle. Comes back. Slagle pushes it over. Finds the back corner. Gibbs. Dumped over by Bishop, and the Hawks can't get there. 19-15. Second time Bishop's done that. Goes up with both hands and just pushes it over. Good control of it. Franklin back to serve. 19-15. Hawks 6 points away from the first Big Ten win of the season. Franklin in her jump serve. Here it comes. Big high toss. Flips it over. Diving play by Slagle. Split behind her to Jones. Jones scores on the slide. 20-15. Amaya Jones finds the floor. Vanderweide will go back to serve for the Hawks. Slagle goes out. Bizzario comes back in. Schmidt comes back in. I'll get it figured out. Ball comes over. Bad pass. Gibbs plays it over. Hawks are in system. Vanderweide to split. Ball's a bad set, though. Black had to chop it from way off the side of the court, and she misses wide. 20-16, Hawks on top. Gross will serve. She'll go back to the line. She keeps wanting to serve. Danzinger keeps checking in for her. 20-16. Danzinger will serve for the Spartans. She comes forward, knocks it up there. Hinkle to Split, outside to Schmidt, into the block, covered by Split. Back to Schmidt again, rolls it over. Back row attack from Franklin, and she finds the cross court and scores 20-17. Franklin's been quiet. She doesn't need to heat up here as we hopefully near the end of the match. 20-17, Hawks still on top. Danzinger will serve again. Danzinger bounces it, comes forward. Hinkle, split. Jones off the block, scores into the Michigan State bench. 21-17. Jones back to the service line. Clayton comes into the front row. Hinkle gets a quick break. Amaya Jones with the Hawks on top. 21-17. Jonesy flips it. Oh, goes just long. Franklin dove out of the way at the last second. 21-18. Bishop will serve now for Michigan State. Bishop with a couple of bounces, and she gets the go-ahead. A one-footer again, knocks it over. Schmidt off the net. Knocked over by Vanderwide. Uses Bishop. Gibbs comes backside to Cabangeli, who knocks it out of bounds wide, 22-18. Hawks are 3 points away. Ortega goes back to serve. Bailey spins it, comes forward. Gibbs, good pass, middle attack, dug up. Vanderwide, great play. Ortega gets it to Schmidt. Rolls it over. Gibbs. Bishop behind her. It's tipped over. Hinkle reads it easy. Ortega platforms it. Schmidt, hits it right in the block, and it catches the line, 22-19. Big scramble play goes Michigan State's way. They're back to within 3. Johnson will go back to serve. That sends Franklin back to the front row. Hawks will have to keep her quiet. 22-19 now. Johnson, big bounce. Here she comes. Knocks it over. Hinkle, good pass. Ortega, middle to Clayton. Bad connection there. Gibbs digs it up. Bishop, middle attack. That's a big hammer from Monks, and it's 22-20. Michigan State sneaking up on it. Johnson back to serve. Big point here. Johnson runs it forward. She fires. Into the net. Oh, what a time for a service error. 23-20. Hawks are 2 points away. Substitution coming. It's Slagle that comes in. Schmidt goes to the bench. Slagle at the line. See if the Hawks can close this out. Maddie comes forward, rips it. Edmonds, good pass. Ball's tight. Big swing. Hawks get it. Back row setter. Clayton went up and contested it. Bizzario got the block on the ball anyway, and the Hawks have match point, 24-20. Slagle gives it a rip. Diving play by Gibbs. Ball's pushed to Monk. Good play there. Monk hammers it home. 24-21. Monks will head back to the service line. Michigan State runs a nice, good, quick play there. Monks spins it, comes forward, knocks it over. Knocks it out, and the Hawks win 3-1 as they take set 4, 25-21. Hawks are on the board in the Big Ten. What a win, what an effort for the Hawks, as it's been a tough first start of the Big Ten season. They got a set win last Saturday against Northwestern and finish it off tonight as they win 3-1 here at Michigan State. We'll take a quick look at the leaders before we let you go. Hawkeyes led by Addie Vanderwide, 10 kills, hit 160. Adina Schmidt had 9 kills, and Courtney Bizzario had 9. Adina hit 192. Courtney hit 167. Amaya Jones also had 9 kills, 667 for Amaya. Great job from her, very efficient. 4 kills for Audrey Black, hitting 111, and 4 for Hannah Clayton, hitting 182. 24 assists for Bailey Ortega, 13 for Jenna Split. Couple ace serves for Amaya Jones and Bailey Ortega. Throw in 1 for Addie Vanderwide. Hawks had a handful of blocks. Mari Hinkle, double digits with digs with 12. Addie Vanderwide had 10, as the Hawks were all over the place, getting it done there. Just another quick look. Again, Sarah Franklin led all hitters with 16 kills, but she had 13 after 2 sets, so the Hawks made an adjustment, took care of her, as she was hitting 512 or 520 something after 2 sets. Only ended up the match hitting 256, so great job from Iowa dealing with her. Julia Bishop led with 29 assists for Michigan State. Lauren Gibbs had 11 digs. Julia Bishop had 9. But the Hawks prevail in 4, 3-1. Iowa Volleyball is brought to you by University of Iowa Sports Medicine, offering sports injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation to athletes of all ages and skill levels. University of Iowa Sports Medicine, team physician to your Iowa Hawks. Again, just a quick summary, 27-25 in the first, it goes the Hawks' way, 25-19 Michigan State, 25-16 in the third, and 25-21 in the fourth. Hawks take it 3-1. Thank you for listening to Hawkeye Volleyball. I'm John Evans. Tune in tomorrow night at the same time, 6 o'clock, as Iowa takes on Michigan State. Thanks for listening to Hawkeye Volleyball. Go Hawks. Have a great night.